Today I'm coming with another movie analysis and a very important lesson derived from this movie. We will discuss the topic of abusive relationships and how we can stay away from it and keep ourselves safe. As the movie also shows, when you get stuck in an abusive relationship, it can set you back for years and decades to come. Some victims are stuck with the abusers for years, being stalked and harassed. Others escape and live a free life, but the trauma they encountered changes them forever. And this is why I wanted to bring awareness to this topic while analyzing this very interesting movie. So as always, let's start with the plot. The movie Sleeping with Enemy tells a story about a woman, Laura, as she is forced to change her looks and her identity, all to escape the most dangerous man she ever known, her husband, Martin. So first of all, let me mention the beautiful and well played by Julia Roberts character, Laura. She is such a classy, soft and feminine person, and I truly love how classy she is. I truly adored her wardrobe. She is also very caring towards her husband, very soft, nurturing and caring wife. I also love the house they live in. The beautiful, very modern white house just by the ocean. The ocean view seen from every window. Such a dreamy house. So it all portrays a very beautiful life, a dream life we could say. However, her life is far from perfect. Laura is being mentally and physically abused by her husband on a daily basis. Yet another story that shows the ups and downs of living with an abusive person. And this is why I believe you need to be very careful when selecting a partner. Marriage can be a beautiful thing, but it can also be a golden cage you won't be able to escape from. So now let's speak about the controlling behavior. And it is almost like all abusers start as the most charming people we know of. They're caring, loving, and incredibly into us. And we all want to be with a partner who wants, adores, and loves us. There are plenty of videos on YouTube teaching you how to make someone obsessed with you. But the truth is, the real obsession is nothing nice to experience. The calling, texting, staring at you, constant admiration, and generally speaking, weird behavior. And when you experience that from a mentally ill person, it is really weird and alarming. And I personally was in a presence of a person who was obsessed with me, and it is nothing nice. I wanted to be away as fast as possible. And in the movie, we see Laura's husband watching her every move at the party. He was paying attention to what she was doing, who she talked with, and he was deciding what she should wear and how she should look. Everything in the house was set up according to his standards and his wanting. So Laura was just a pawn in his hellishly controlled and organized life. He was the one deciding when and for how long she should go out. He was also extremely jealous and blaming her for the most bizarre things. And all in all, the movie was sad to watch, however, it does raise a very important topic. We should be truly careful when selecting a person to marry. So let's speak about the signs of a controlling person. Point number 1 is managing all decisions. So simply put, the controlling behavior can look very basically like controlling all decisions making in the relationship. And this can include everything from trying to decide where the other person can travel, where they can go out to eat, what to order, what to wear, or who their friends are. Point number 2 is disrespecting privacy and boundaries. I once came across someone saying on the internet that if you block a guy and he writes you an email, you should marry him. However, I think this is a huge red flag. When you block someone, you set a physical boundary. And when they email you and then text you from another phone, it is actually very alarming. Point number 3 is constant checking in. There is nothing wrong with checking in with someone while they are out from time to time, but if it is instant or seems increasingly agitated, that's a sign they are coming from a very controlling place. Point number 4 is picking unnecessary fights. Picking fights seemingly out of nowhere can also be a control tactic, because to a controlling person, negative attention is better than no attention. Point number 5 is a controlling spending. Financial control is very real, and one of the quickest ways a controlling person can make someone dependent on them. And this can look like dictating a budget or being overly critical about another person's purchases. Point number 6 is isolating you. And if someone is actively seeking to isolate you from friends and family, that's a surefire sign they want to control you. Not only does this limit your support system, but it reinforces your dependence on the controlling person. Point number 7 is guilt tripping. And this is to make you feel guilty for the most silly and small things. Point number 8 is gaslighting. And this is making someone question their own experience by denying or deflecting. And this, in fact, is a very common tactic used by many abusive individuals. Point number 10 is jealousy. The jealous behavior can range from harmless to extreme, but when you approach the extreme end, that's when things begin to get controlling. It shows how possessive this person is over you, and also minimizing your freedom. Point number 12 is narcissism. Trying to grasp control of everything is a typical narcissistic behavior. They want and demand to be in control, and their sense of entitlement makes it seem logical to them that they should be in control of everything. And now, on a final note, I truly recommend you seeing this movie. I think it is very interesting, with great actors and a very good lessons to learn before it is too late. And I also recommend you really paying attention to who you are dating and treating the initial dating phase as one where you carefully examine the person you are with, noticing and paying attention to any possible red flags. Someone once said, "The purpose of dating is collecting data." And I am very grateful for this message.